Hey there YouTube, this is Anti on Twitch channel. Finally giving you guys my Gimmick Puppet deck profile. I'm sorry it took so long. It just... Some of the cards were just ridiculous to get, and I actually had to compromise on my build. The build that I really wanted to do just didn't really work out between getting the cards financial-wise, and also just... It, it was just a build that just didn't really play consistently to the point that I wanted it to do. But this is pretty much it. Which it's a pretty awesome build. Um, I would I would like to say that I could take this to regionals and do fairly well with it. I'm not saying this is the best build, but this is a build that can wreck a lot of shit, especially for the upcoming format. There's going to be a lot of back row, which I can handle. There's going to be a lot of monster effects that like to target and do other shenanigans with, which I can deal with as well. So it's I don't really think that there's pretty much a huge flaw with the deck. It's just the deck is not to the point of being top tier or anything yet, just because of how the deck plays, and that's just basically because there's so many low 8s and rank 8s. So, but let's just go right into it. You're going to, of course, play your triple Egghead. Some people like to do 2, but I like to do the 3. Egghead is such a simple card to use because if you have, let's get this over real quick. Because if you happen to have your Jury Doll, which you have to play at 3, don't ever think you don't have to. Just do it. Trust me. But basically, you can normal summon Egghead, discard your Jury Doll to make him an 8 Jury Doll's effect, banish another Gimmick Puppet, special summon Jury Doll, instant rank 8 right there. To me, that's just such a crazy combo to do. It's just, it's such infinite plays with that. And that could also play with, as well, with Magnet Doll, which I can scoot this over. And one of my favorite plays is basically you have Egghead out, you discard your Jury Doll, make him an 8, special summon your Magnet Doll because you already normal summon shit. Go for that, or if there's already one, you can just keep on going for your plays. Go for the triple rank 8. So it's just, these to me are the main 3 that you have to run at 3. These are your staples. Run them as such. So next, some people run only one Shadow Feeler, which I completely understand that. His effect's pretty much balls, and I really don't like it. The only reason I like him is because he's another option besides Jury Doll to do stuff out of the graveyard. And to me, he's the best one that that does it besides Jury Doll. There's some other ones I like to do it, and there might be some other ones I like to do from the hand. To me, graveyard is just a lot more reliable, because you're already going to be sending a lot of stuff to the graveyard very readily, and also he's a great target for your trade-in, which obviously you're going to run this deck for the draw power, and then of course if you get hit by battle damage of any kind, you can just pay 1,000, bring them out. And the thing is, like, 1,000 nowadays it's really nothing. 1,000 life points is practically nothing compared to like how it used to be. It's just because we have so much back row, so much defense that it does. Like, your opponent's not going to go full on out and try to OTK you for something like that. It's just not worth it to them. Then I run the 2 Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty is not my favorite, and why I say this is because he's a level 4 and he can't ever go to a level 8. There's other card effects that you could probably use to make him a level 8, but he just doesn't do it by himself. He basically just allows you to do additional summoning of a Gimmick Puppet. It's pretty much any Gimmick Puppet you can just special summon it, like, get normal summon, special summon, however. But after that, he's pretty much useless. One of my favorite combos is to pretty much summon Humpty Dumpty, then special summon Scissor Arm. Scissor Arm's effect can basically you send a Gimmick Puppet from your deck to the graveyard. Jury Door, of course, would be more preferred. And then you can just go for a quick overlay with them. And this is a preferred combo. I did play Scissor Arms at 3. I found it a little bit too obnoxious, meaning that it just overpowered my hands, and I kept on drawing to my Scissor Arms instead of my my main 3. So it just didn't seem nearly as consistent as I wanted it to. So there's just I got two. Some attacks that are just not, I mean, they're great for the deck, but it's not Gimmick Puppet. Of course, Machina Cannon. Please, if you're gonna run this deck, if you're gonna play this deck, please do not use Machina Fortress. And I say this because Machina Fortress does not do well with Gimmick Puppets. Gimmick Puppets are usually dark attribute level 8s. Machina Fortress is a Earth level 7, which is not going to work. This is a level 8, and it can special summon itself for basically no reason. You can play as a defensive card, or you can just make it for the rank 8 fodder, or even tribute it for, or, discard it for a trade-in. So there's a lot of uses for this card. And it has its own search. Gear Frame. Basically, whenever this card is normal summoned, you can put Machina Cannon or any Machina card to your hand besides Gear Frame. And of course, he's Union, so you can equip himself and pretty much save your machine monster's ass. So, I mean, it's such a great combo. Please just do this. Don't do Fortress. Fortress does have a great effect, but it just don't work. It just does not work in a rank 8 engine. So. Alright, that's pretty much the monsters. Now for the magics. Of course, the one Dark Hole, one Book of Moon, and please run Volumetric Removal. It's needed. It gives you it's the honest of for machines. It's the crane for machines. It's generic. It works great. Just make sure that you can handle the life point costs of it and all, or for the cost of it. And it can really hurt you sometimes if you're not playing it correctly. But it can make or break you in a lot of games. After that, triple trade-in, like I've been saying. Trade-in is such a good card in this deck. Please run 3. I did 2, but I just wasn't consistent at 2. I never got into it. And when I did, I got a draw 2, but then what? After that, it was just the same thing as before. So it didn't make that much of a difference. After that, triple Junk Puppet. Junk Puppet is basically Monster Reborn for any puppets. So basically, Scissor Arm, Scissor Arm, Junk Puppet, go for the overlay. Or even, of course, Egghead. Egghead's effect, discard one of your rank 8s, or level 8s. Junk Puppet, go for the overlay. My one tech that I just love to use in this deck is Soul Exchange. Because there's going to be those times when people are going to hit you with a Fiendish Chain or a Shadow Spell or something to basically stop your attack and make your monster useless. And it's always the time when I only have one monster in the field and I can't really go for an overlay because it's either an XZ or it's a level 4 that I can't really change its level. So what I found to be very useful is basically, of course your opponent's going to have a monster at this point. So let's say I have a dead, I don't know, a dead Magnadol. Magnadol is pretty much useless by itself. If this is on the field and I can still do my normal summon, Soul Exchange, tribute that and that. Go for Jury Doll, special summon another Magnadol maybe. Just simple plays like that can really help you. And with the format how it is, we're going to have a lot of monsters to be playing about. There's going to be plenty of fodder for your opponent to give to you for Soul Exchange. And I think this should be a tech for anyone that has any monsters that are pretty much level 5 or higher that you can normal summon. It's just, it's so good. And of course, after that, the 2 MSTs. Alright, for traps. Traps are not prevalent in this deck. You do not need trap cards in this deck. Not nearly as much. So I'll just go through them really quickly. So with the Band-Aid, basically it's it's basically the Dark Bribe or Wiretap or however. It's just you pay 1,000, negate it. So pretty easy. Maleficent Catastrophe. It's pretty much a substitute for Heavy Storm. When your opponent attacks, they pretty much nuke their own back row because you're not gonna play a lot of back row, obviously, if you're only gonna be running like 7 traps. So it's a card that you can just set whatever, let your opponent fish for it if they feel lucky enough. So, and of course the triple Waboku. And why do Wabokus? Obviously, it's very easy to get. It's not that hard. But it's a deck. But sorry, it's a card that saves your ass a lot of the time because there are gonna be times when your opponent's gonna stop your summoning or is gonna stop your plays halfway through. So you're gonna be like, shit, I need to keep my monsters. And I get Waboku very consistently, very very consistently, especially if trade-ins keep on drawing that shit. So it's you can just keep on saving your stuff and I'll be ready for next turn. All right, now for extra deck. Which extra deck is kind of incomplete. I would really like to get like the more expensive stuff like 101, Exaton, but budget. One Geared Giant X, 103, which is a great card against Fire Fist. One Utopia. I just like Utopia. It's a great defending card if you ever need it. If you basically are waiting for your giant X, which I think you should only play like 2 at most. One's perfectly good enough for me. After that, 2 number 40s, which number 40 is great. It's one of the best gimmick puppets that they have. Um, the rank 8 I usually go for more than anything is Googly Eyes Drum Dragon, because it just has to be 2 machine type level 8 monsters to bring him out. He detaches a unit. He's up to 4,000. He's my main beat stick just to try to ram or break through. So, it is what it is. And of course, the last card is number 88. Why I put this in is mostly for nostalgia effect because of the anime, but it's still a great card. 3 level 8s is not that hard to bring out. And of course, his win condition, you don't really have a lot of back row, so it doesn't hurt you. And you can actually use his effect first. He gets the counter. Then you can set a back row card, aka Wabaku. Then your opponent attacks, Wabaku it. If your opponent basically wants to waste or basically just get rid of him just to get rid of him, a lot of your gimmick puppet, all your level 8s are pretty much recyclable. And you can just be like, okay, allow you just to pretty much put all your targeting, all your focus onto this one card, while I'll go around with Googly Eyes or even number 40, just to kind of get around you and just, screw you up. He's a great card for distractions, and I love him for that. All right, that's pretty much it. Comment, like, subscribe if if you feel so. Down in the description down below, there will be 2 links. One link will be to the Dual Show Facebook page. The other one will be me on Twitter. Please check those out. And I've been getting so many subscribers lately, and you guys are keep on pouring in. Please keep it up. Pass on the word. This channel is for everyone. It's meant for everyone to play and have fun with. So, and as always, thanks for watching.